Hello. Today we're doing University. It's an insane Windows Active Directory machine. We're gonna get a web shell, or no, no, we're gonna get a reverse shell on the box. Um, just from the website, we're gonna exploit a parameter. So let's go to the website. On the website, you can log in, create an account, create a student account, and down at the My Profile section, there's a parameter called bio where you can take and you can put an exploit in it. How do we know this? The profile exportation feature of this website creates PDF. You can see we've done this quite a bit of times. When it creates a PDF, we can go and we can type exif tool profile, because that's what it just downloaded. I think it was profile 39. Maybe it's 38. Oh, 34, 34. 33? Well, 11 exists. We'll use that one. Oh, dang, man. That was embarrassing. I bet you 33 does exist. Okay, cool. I was in downloads. I was on my home. So we're looking at XHTML to PDF. Basically, this is a way to get your HTML code turned into PDF code or PDF generated and from it. So this right here is exploitable. If you look up XHTML to PDF, XHTML to PDF, what is it and who owns it? Let's see what's familiar. Django, NoGet, Python, alternative. Report Lab. The heart of our business is solid code base for PDF creation. So it looks like they probably created it. So we'll look up exploit. I've used this one before, so I'll probably use this one just because I've used it. Defines the function, shows the bug. Down here's what we're really interested in. So here is the code. It's basically showing you that it's malicious input, HTML input, and you can ls and la and c. Basically, it's being created. This is on the server end. So if we take the code, we can go to that parameter, and we can have it spawn in. Basically, what this code does is it calls the get attribute feature back here. It says this technique, the exploit code can be rewritten in one line of code like this. So it uses this, takes two variables, and then bam, touches the operating system. And then it runs a touch command to create /tmp/exploited. So we're creating exploited, which is a directory. Or it should be a directory. I don't know. I think it is a directory. Don't quote me. All right. Water. So after we touch the operating system, basically we touch TMP exploited. We can get rid of this. This is just the next command. I suck at explaining things. I can figure that out. But just you can kind of just watch what I'm doing. So I'll use operating system. Now I can do any command. I'm going to choose the ping command. I'm going to choose myself. Yeah. Save that. Open a sudo tcp dump icp. We're gonna open a dump to listen to anything that touches us. Basically, we're gonna write it down. So export. See if anything touches us. Looks like the server is touching us. We can confirm we have remote code execution now as the PDF generates. So how we're going to use this to get reverse shell, we're going to go to cd --, cd/user/share/nishang, which is a tool. Share has all the tools and stuff that I usually use. Nishang is one of them. If we go to shells, that's a directory. We can go to see what they have. Let's cat invoke PowerShell TCP1 line. And when we do, we'll have some commented out words here. This is word soup. I can't read. I'll just grab one of these. These are comments. Basically, you uncomment them to activate them. You don't uncomment the sentences, you uncomment the code. And this runs as code on a PS1 file. It's PowerShell code. Just programming in PowerShell language. The only thing we're going to need to take care of is we're going to have to change this 192.168.2.4 to address. We have to change the address to ours and then the port to whatever we're going to use. So we'll take it. We'll go, let's make sure we have it. Okay, we do have it in our clipboard. I think I used ls before that. Perfect. cd home, HTB, university, nano payload .ps1. All right, so let's go to our TCP stream. This is the ending of the reverse shell. So this file will be ran on their computer, calling to our computer. Oh, why am I not pressing control? What am I doing? Why am I using nano? Because because Vim is hard. We'll do port 9001. All right, yeah. Save that. Exit. So now we have payload.ps1. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here. We're gonna get the exploit again, and we're gonna write PowerShell code. Write the raw code. All right. This is the sauce. First thing we're going to do is we're going to send a curl request to https 10.10.14.239. This is a GET request to our endpoint on our port that we have. We're going to launch an HTTP server on this port and serve up some soup. The soup we're going to be serving is payload.ps1. And we're going to output onto their computer with the -o tag. And we're going to call it file.ps1. That should blend in. Or, yeah, file.ps1 is good. And then we're also going to run the and. This will give us another command. PowerShell. And then I think it's, what is it? I'm in the current directory already, so I can do file.ps1 because that's what's going to be executed. Okay. Let's save this into the URL bar like a lazy. Now let's serve up our HTTP server. Let's rename this to server. Python 3 HTTP server 8001. Looks good. Then we're going to serve up, rename it to shell in netcat listener. It's going to open our port and we're going to have them bind to our 9001 port that we called from earlier. So now once I submit this, it should call to my HTTP server on port 8001. It should grab that file and then it should name that file file.exe or ps1, and then it should run file.ps1, and I should get a rev shell. I should get a reverse shell right here. So don't know if you can. I don't know if you can re-export. I think you have to freshen the exploit each time. So don't. If this doesn't work, just that is fine. It's not supposed to work. Cause yeah, I don't think it worked. So I think I got it here. That's why I saved it in case it wasn't ready or didn't work. Okay. Boom. Bam. Pow. Got a request. So 400 was a bad request. Bad request is not going to get us what we need. Let's refresh the server. 400 is not a good thing. So I'm wondering if our syntax somehow got messed up, or it's because I curled on the HTTPS like that. It should have been this. Let's try to remove the HTTPS and see the same thing. I don't think the syntax got messed up. It looks the same exact. I mean, I'm not measuring it, but all right, that's a 200. So the 200 means that they did get PS1. Look, it says 10, 10, 11, 39, which is the university address. And this is the current time and date. It says get payload.ps1, HTTP 1.1, 200 request, which means it's okay. Perfect. That's what we want. So we're going to go to the shell and we will see a shell. So I don't see anything here, which is interesting because they did get file. They should be calling out to 9001. So we did get it. So we confirm that this works. HTTP exploits here. HTTP works and grabs that port. Payload one file is this backslashed? Yeah. File.ps1. Maybe a little space in there. Maybe that. Should work. Let's cat ps1 payload.ps1 just in case it's bad. Because what if it's bad? No, I think that was in www. 10, 10, 14, 239. That's us. 9001. Are we on 9001? Shell. We are. So it means it didn't run. Let's try this. Let's maybe try just going full balls to the wall and say they don't have any antivirus or anything, and maybe the file naming convention wasn't properly suited for what they wanted. So it should be server. Here's another one. Okay. It looks like the naming convention on that was wrong. We'll have to ask AI right now about why that didn't work. Yeah, I'm down to do that. Let's look that up. Hacktricks.ai. Don't sell your soul. Is the file naming convention incorrect here in the PowerShell script? Doo -doo. The no what? But it didn't run before and I changed the naming convention. All right, so let's try it one more time. Here's what we'll do. So we got the rev shell already. You can see here. We did it right. But like what I wanted is I wanted to do it the right way. So I'm not understanding how all I did was change the file convention, like the naming convention, and it went through, and then it said my naming convention was correct, right? So Hey, if that's the case, can't I change the exploit even further? All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna change the exploit while we have to exit out of the shell though. Okay, now this should work. I think I might. It's just gonna create another PDF. Fuck. Nice, we got out of there in time. All right. All right, curl HTTP port payload file at one. This they said this is proper naming convention, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of all the other stuff since we've already got GET requests and we've already named one file.ps1. We're gonna do PowerShell file.ps1. This is all we're gonna do. Save. Netcat listener back on. Make sure our server's still up. Let's see if we get a request here. This will be the 4th request. What did you say? Oh, it's ready. I think it's loaded. We're good. It's not loaded. Because it definitely would have. Yeah, it's not loaded at all. That's odd. Took it. I guess it's because I went back out of it. Okay. So, like I said, we'll just get rid of all this. Save it. Run it. And this will work. It's only when I don't save this will work that it works. See, it doesn't work now. Why isn't the direct PowerShell calling working? But loading up a file with the same name is. It's funky. It's acting really weird. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I can get this exploit, because here we'll prove that it works. If we do this, we do payload to file.ps1 PowerShell. That's not working, but it should. So maybe there's something in place that requires it to be the same. I don't think so. That it sounds like permissions from hell. All right. Okay, this will work. Let's make sure everything's good. Okay. So then if it has some sort of parameters that blocks it, it is what it is. I don't understand why I can't get it in that other way, but I will always get it to this way. So server, there's fourth request here, shell hits, and then we can just press any key, boom. Nice. There. We are here in the computer. So that's the reverse shell, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Does anybody know how to fix that or why the other one wasn't running with the proper naming convention? Let me know in the comments or something. Thanks.